Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
He gave you a bond instead. Yes, ma'am. Wait for the light.
Miss Haney, how you doing, ma'am?
I could be better, sir.
Ah, but you could be worse.
I know.
All right, Miss Haney, you're fully court charged of grand theft of an automobile, criminal mischief, more than $1,000, and petty theft. You understand the charges?
Yes, sir. Can I?
All right. Listen, have you got a public defender on your other cases?
I'm not sure. I don't think so because I was going to court with you for a drive on suspended. And remember in the elevator, I ran into you and I'm like, everything in my power is keeping me from getting here today. And I said, I don't even know where to go. And you sent me up to your floor. It was like second room. So for a year, it was a fine. And or I was like, where do I go? And you're like, what are you here for? Driving on suspended? And you sent me up to your floor. And then when I went up to the clerk's desk, she said, see, Miss Haney, I told you I'd get you to where you was going, in the elevator. I was running late for court. Well, I missed my court date. So I've been in here for almost 2 weeks for a driving on suspended license already, for failure to appear. And I haven't been in trouble since 2000, almost 10 years by now. And I can't bond out. Nobody will bond me out. I have 3 kids, a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And I'm begging you for pre-trial release on the new
Things aren't getting better.
So I could fight them, like pre-trial possibly on the new charges, or so I could fight these charges or something,
You can't make the bond. You can't make the bond on the driving license suspended revoke.
No, it's because of failure to appear on it. Nobody will
Well, then
bond
you're
me
really
out.
not going to make the bond on this because these are felonies.
I'm not a convicted felon. That's why I'm asking.
No, these are felon. These are felony charges.
I'm asking for pre-trial, possibly on the new ones, on the felonies. I'm not a felon. I haven't been in trouble in 10 years.
Okay.
And I have 3 little ones.
We need you to apply for a public defender so we can get you an attorney.
I will, sir. I'm.
So you're not gonna represent yourself, right?
Right.
Okay. And you're not gonna hire an attorney, right?
Right. I definitely applied for a public defender.
Okay.
I'm just
they're gonna give you the paperwork to do that.
Is there any way I could qualify for pre-trial or anything like that, just so I could go home to my kids? No, nobody will bond me out or anything. I have a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Man, I'm change the other. We're here about setting the bond for the new cases.
I'm asking for pre-trial on the new cases, and
let's see.
And I had a fine on my other ones. It was a fine I could have pled out to as long as I got my license. And it's been one thing after the other. Is the only reason. It was just a financial obligation. They just kept pushing my court date to buy me time for my driver's license, just so I could pay my license. As soon as I paid them, the court was going to get dropped for the driving on suspended.
Yeah, that's normally what they do. If you can get a license, they will drop the charge.
I know, and it's been one thing after another financially, and and I've already been sitting here for 10 days on that, and I'm just begging you, I just want to go home with my kids and get this straightened out. Other than that, it's been almost 10 years since I've had any trouble, and I got to fight these charges, and I have 3 little ones.
Deputy, criminal history.
15, petty theft, control, meth with intent, controlled substance, paraphernalia, VOP, meth with intent, controlled substance. 14, Kentucky DUI, leaving the scene. Locally, you got 13 charges with some batteries and FTAs. It goes back to 9 locally with the resisting.
So almost 10 years, right? Since I've even been in trouble or anything.
Yeah, 5,000 grand theft, 2,500 on the criminal mischief, and 1,000 on the petty theft. Court date's going to be November the 16th at 9:00. No contact with the alleged victim.
Sir, Judge Vann.
Ma'am, Ms. Haney.
Sir, Mike, I have never had pre-trial release and I promise you I'll be at your court date. I cannot get a bond.
It's not my court date.
I meant for my little kids.
As of me writing that last number, I no longer have jurisdiction over your case. It's now a circuit judge's case. These are felony charges.
No way, if I had been in trouble in 10 years, there's no way I could qualify for pre-trial or anything.
You're sitting in jail on something else, and you got new felony charges.
It's a fine. I know
That's
it's
not 10 years though. That's not 10 years. My math's
no,
is good, but
I mean, a
it's not
driving on suspended.
that bad.
I mean, a driving on suspended, I mean, I could.
I mean, yeah, it's just a crime. Yeah.
I have a
That's
baby. No, I'm just saying I have a little baby and 3 little kids that I need to go home to that I can't, and I won't be able to like get a bond or get out. I'm just like on the felonies, if I could please, like pre-trial or something. Like I am begging you for a chance or on the new charges or something.
I don't give
Pre-trial, I've never even had pre-trial or the option or anything like to do it. Like, I mean, I literally have a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-year-old like that I need to go home to. And I'm not going to be able to go home to them as long as I have the bond, because nobody's going to even give me the bond or a chance to bond out. Like, I've been away from them for this long, like small children, like a baby.
I know it's supposed to affect me when people cry, but it just doesn't anymore. And I don't know why that is. If anything, it makes me go the other way. Have a good day, Miss Haney.
You can go ahead, we'll bring it to you. He's signing for it. Next.
Maybe it's because too many people can cry at will. What's your name, sir?
I don't like you.
Dylan Grimes.
$27.
Mr. Grimes, you're here on a driving license suspended and revoked as an habitual offender. Do you understand that charge, sir?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Grimes, we have the pleasure of having Brian Kelly join us for this case. Mr. Kelly, what would you like to tell me, sir?
Judge, I represent Mr. Grimes currently in a felony case. I just got off the phone with the prosecutor, Josh James. He's indicated that he's in the process of dismissing the felony and that he's not requesting the court to violate his bond. Although
it's really not Josh James's call on that, is it?
No, it is not, Your Honor. I understand that, but I felt I should share that with the court. He is attempting to contact the prosecutor handling the case but we have court in the felony. I understand that's not their decision either, but to the extent that the court sometimes likes our input, he is attempting to contact them.
I ever liked your input.
Well, I was going to give the misdemeanor prosecutor the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps you like theirs sometimes. I think so.
Nah, not really. I really don't.
I'm not sure who's there, so
today is Morgan Morrell, but
Morgan.
No,
hey, Morgan.
Look, but listen,
we have court Friday.
What's his felony?
It was false imprisonment and domestic battery. The victim has already recanted. She attempted to set a meeting with the prosecutor, and the prosecutor was in court. It's been passed through 2 different arraignments now. They have not filed upon it. We have a motion for contact set for Friday in front of Judge Clark on the case, and I anticipate they will drop it probably prior to Friday. It's just a matter of having contact with Mr. James, having a few minutes to have contact with the victim or alleged victim. Judge, I understand it's certainly within the court's power to revoke his bond. I would just ask if the court would consider perhaps leaving that up to Judge Clark Friday.
You're just trying to woo me with thoughts of Judge Clark's magnificent head of hair. I know what you're doing.
It's
a head of lettuce.
I don't know how to respond to that, Judge.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's breathtaking. It takes words can't describe. I've never seen you at a loss for words, Mr. Kelly. I'm gonna write this one down.
I had my hair that long once, and all I can remember is it was a Tallahassee summer, and it was really, really hot. And I have never grown it long since then.
Here's really a more pressing issue as it relates to the current charge. Why is Mr. Grimes at his age already an habitual offender?
For a driving suspended license, Judge, I have not had an opportunity. I attempted to speak to Mr. Grimes, who I'm
I
gonna
can,
recommend be silent at this point.
Yeah,
I
don't talk about,
attempted,
Tom, you don't need to talk about the facts of your case, okay?
I attempted to speak to him during his arrest, but was unable to.
That went over like
They
a
indicated
ton of
they would
bricks.
allow him to call me and didn't. So I'm not sure, Judge. I haven't had an opportunity to
That
discuss
was,
the
I
facts.
bet that was not appreciated at all. What agency was this? Hold on. Lynn Haven Police Department? Yeah, I bet that was a conversation that went really short.
I don't know. It was through a third party and
Yeah. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. On the DWSR, I'm gonna put a $5,000 bond. Court date's gonna be November the 20th at 9 o'clock. I will leave it in Judge Clark's capable hands to make a decision about his bond. I imagine that Rogaine may have gotten to Judge Clark, but I don't know that for a fact. I'm sure it's completely natural what he's been able to accomplish. And I'm just a jealous, bitter man because I can't grow hair.
I have nothing to add
To your
to
right,
any
to
of
the
those
chief.
statements.
Nothing to add to this. Brian's got
I have
ahead.
nothing to,
I've never seen you speechless, Brian.
Mr. Kelly,
Mr. Grimes,
can you,
I will
can
contact
you
your
contact?
family, Mr. Grimes. I will
Yes,
contact
sir.
your people. Give me a call from the
Thank you.
jail. You have my number.
I will. No, I don't
All
have
right.
your number. They wouldn't give it to me. They wouldn't write it down.
Okay. Well, it's in the phone book, but sir, this is not the time for this. Thank you, Judge. Yes,
Sign
sir.
where that light is. Next. Red X, sir.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning. State your name.
Or in the court.
Mr. McTaggart, you're for the court charged with domestic violence assault. You understand that charge, sir?
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes. Yeah.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised.
He
of your
says
rights.
no.
He doesn't understand?
That's what he said.
Well, sir, have they given you a copy of your paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it?
Yes,
Okay, now I need you to understand, what I'm asking is not whether or not you agree with the charge. I'm asking if you understand what they're charging you with.
no,
You don't
I don't
understand.
understand. No, sir.
Is English your primary language?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, I speak English.
well, I know you speak English, but is it your first language?
No. What
No.
one?
All right. This is. How do you explain that? So, hey, they're saying that you and someone got into an altercation and you threatened or gave them the reason to believe that you were in imminent. You were about to imminent's not a good word to use for somebody that doesn't. You were about to cause bodily harm to them. You put them in fear. That's the allegation.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what they're saying happened. I wasn't there.
Sir, my
Do we
wife
need to-
trying to put, my wife trying to put me in all this stuff because she
Oh,
wants
so
me,
you do understand? Your wife put charges on you.
yeah, my wife, she want me to marry her
Okay,
so
but
she
you
could get her
understand-
green
but you-
card, and
But
that's
you
the problem.
understand? That's your wife putting the charge on you.
Right,
It's a yes or no
but
question.
nothing,
You
but
understand?
nothing like this, but nothing like this.
That's
sir.
a
I
different
swear on my
issue.
life.
Did I ask if it happened? No, I would never do that to you because we're on the
Okay, sir.
record. I asked if you understood what the charge was, and you said no. And I said,
I'm
"Are you
thank
sure?"
thank you.
And you said, "Yeah, I'm sure." And I said, "But I'm not asking you if you agree with it. I'm only asking if you understand it." And you said, "No." But now you're telling me you do know.
My wife put me in this situation,
I don't.
sir.
Yeah, I agree. Your wife did put you in this situation, or you put yourself in this situation with your wife. I don't know.
She trying for me to marry her so she could get her papers, and that's the problem.
Okay. All right. So you understand the charge, Deputy Criminal
Yes, sir.
History?
Technically, he's on ROR because he's out on a PTI that they have already reopened. So I guess that would be an ROR on a
Do you
carrying
have a case
concealed
number?
earlier this year. 23-1000 CF.
I never violate, I never get in any trouble at all. I follow my probation orders. I'll do everything that I
Well,
suppose to do.
you
I
violated
swear.
it now.
It was already reopened.
The girl, she just still lying me because she want me to marry her so she could get her papers.
All right, sir. On the domestic assault, bonds 5,000, no contact with the alleged victim. Court date's October the 20th at 8:30. And I am revoking release in 23-1000. Good luck, sir.
Say I could get a release for 1,000.
No, he revoked the release. Next. FedEx. State your name.
William Alberto.
Mr. Alberto, you before the court tried to felon to return leased property. You understand that charge?
I understand, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Or you got a copy of your
Oh,
paperwork?
yes, sir. I got a copy of
Were you
my.
advised of your rights today?
All right. You've indicated you're going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Is that how you're going to proceed?
I got an attorney, sir.
Okay, excellent. Deputy Criminal History?
Nothing since 15. You had a DWLSR times 2 and 15, battery in 14 and 15, and VOPs in 14 and 15.
Pretrial release, no contact with the alleged victim. Report to the pretrial release office before 9 o'clock Monday Monday. Well, I wish it was Friday already. It's tomorrow. Be at pretrial release tomorrow. Court date's gonna be November 27th at 9 o'clock. Good, we good?
Yeah, I don't need to say anything.
No, you don't need to say anything. You get out. It's a failure to return lease
I
property.
get released tomorrow.
It's a felony, but it's.
Step on that
the-
team.
The scale of felonies, it's.
Yeah, we have.
When that green light come on,
Don't worry,
son.
Yeah.
Next,
I love you.
FedEx, sir.
Oh, she.
State your name.
Aw, She loves you.
We've been there for 11 days.
I already moved it. Moving along.
Oh, where'd they pick him up?
The Walton County.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
I love you so much. I'm gonna come get you, boy.
Oh, that's my wife. All right,
Yeah.
baby.
He knows that
I love
boy.
you.
He's like, what? That was,
I can't see you, so thank you. I love you.
I'll see you soon.
Okay.
If
Have
you
a
don't
good one.
close that door. FedEx, sir. State your name. You can face TV.
Angel, man.
Mr. Pratt, you're fully court charged with grand theft of a firearm, possession of firearm by convicted felon, and possession of ammunition by convicted felon. You understand those charges?
Yes.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Yes.
Based on your application, I find you do qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the Public Defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy Criminal History?
He shows nothing since 13, and that was a meth with intent and an ag bet.
Guns.
Can't talk about it. It's a, I don't know if you read the situation. It's so weird.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't comment on it. And I don't really know. It's something to do with work.
All right. Hmm. You've been clean for almost 10 years, man.
Yes, sir. This was a
I'm
misunderstanding.
just saying, don't talk about the facts of your case,
Yes, sir.
because that man on the screen with me is going to jump through the TV at you.
No, sir. Sorry.
No, I mean, it's because he's your public defender. He's not going to let you talk. So I'm just saying, you've got 10 years you've gone without getting into any trouble. You've apparently started a pretty new life, and you got young kids.
Yes, sir. And they all depend on me to pay the bill.
Yeah. And this is some foolishness, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I found it. There's my heart. Pretrial release. Get the pretrial release office before 9 o'clock tomorrow. Your court date's gonna be November the 20th at 9 o'clock. Listen to me. This is an
Yes, sir.
opportunity for you.
Thank you.
Here and.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I knew it was in there somewhere. I just had to find it.
Thank
It's like
you,
it
sir.
grew two
I
sizes.
tried.
It sounds like it grew two sizes right there.
Go ahead and sign where that
I
light
think it
is.
goes-
You missed the light.
It's like my eyes are no longer yellow. They've changed to whatever.
State
What's
your name.
the Grinch turn into after his eyes are yellow and then they become white? All right. Mr.
That way.
Karpinski, you're fully charged for domestic violence battery, a violation of probation while uttering forced check, resisting officer without violence, possession of meth, tampering with physical evidence, aggravated domestic violence battery, and domestic violence kidnapping. You understand those charges, sir?
No, I don't.
What part don't you understand?
The part where I was involved in any of that, especially probation. I was supposed to be, off probation on the, last, in August, the 19th. If you're talking about me, my Carpy that has.
Yeah, I'm not talking about anybody else.
Well, I have brown eyes and just who was described by the police, it's not me. And I didn't have methamphetamine on me. Although I did relapse.
Mr. Karpinski, stop talking.
I had nothing to say.
All right, good.
That's my hand.
5,000 on the domestic violence battery. Court date's October the 20th at 8:30. Held without bond on the VOP. 2,500 on the resisting. 5,000 on the meth. Tampering's 5,000. The aggravated battery is 15,000. The domestic violence kidnapping is 15,000. No contact with the alleged victims. Court date is November the 16th at 9 o'clock on the felonies.
And step T right to the T, sir.
Yeah.
He didn't qualify. He said he didn't want to public defender watch. So
When the green light comes on, sign, sir. Next. Red X, sir. State your name. Face the TV. State your name.
He's out of it. That's no problem.
You okay?
Is that it
Let
now?
me give you a
Stay right here, face TV. Now tell him your name.
Mr. King, you're fully court charged of paraphernalia. Do you understand that charge? I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true? Did we wake you up, Mr. King?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. We'll get you out of here as quickly as possible so you can get back to your nap. Based on your application, if you do qualify for the services of the public defender's office, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Deputy, criminal history?
Meth, controlled substance in 19. Prior to that, nothing since 2000.
Bonds 1,500. Court date's gonna be Friday, October 20th at 8:30. Good luck, sir.
You can step out, sir.
Hey, he was drunk. Come on.
State your name, sir.
Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, you're fully court charged driving under the influence and refusal to sign a citation. Do you understand those charges? I love it.
Yes, sir. I didn't understand what it was having to sign.
What's that? You don't understand about signing?
I didn't understand what he had me signing.
Oh, okay. It was probably just a traffic ticket, and all you had to do was sign to acknowledge you were receiving it, but here we are. All right, Mr. Taylor, I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir.
Indicate you're gonna hire your own attorney to represent yourself. Is that how you're gonna proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right, Deputy Criminal History, Mr. Taylor.
Nothing says 16, and that was a reckless DUI with damage, flee and elude, resisting.
Okay. Bond set at 5,000 DUI, 1,000 refusal to sign. Shall not possess or consume alcohol while you're on release. Court date's gonna be October 20th at 8:30. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the light comes on, sign. Uh-huh.